look damn good, though.
Greetings, sir. This may concern Christian Aguilar here, back with another series review. And in today's series review, I am going to be reviewing episode 3 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier that is only airing on Disney+. I don't think it would be airing anywhere else. ABC? But it's kind of violent for ABC. And expensive. So to get right into it, what I enjoyed about episode 3 of this series is that it really kicked it up a notch. I remember last review of episode 2, I was remembering saying like, oh, I hope they really crank it up and really like bring it in terms of quality and stuff, in terms of action, in terms of things should be amping up and getting better. And my lord, do they get better. This episode is, I believe, the longest out of the 3. So far this is the longest episode. Hopefully they continue to be longer as episodes go on, because I don't mind sitting through that. I mean, a lot of us sat through Zack Snyder's 4-hour cut of Justice League. You can make these episodes a little longer, and that was one of the big complaints about WandaVision early on. It's too short and I want more of it. Well, that's just the way they want it, they want to keep you hooked. So I love how the episodes are getting longer, and I just hope they continue to at least stay 50 minutes. I'll be fine with 50 minutes. So I really liked how they really brought in Baron Zemo. I like how they left it hanging in the last episode. Last shot was him in the cell, but in this episode he really gets to shine. He gets to wear his iconic furry coat that's in the comic books, along with his purple mask that's also on the comic books. It's a pretty wacky design for a villain to bring to life on the screen, but I believe they did it quite well. Like, he does not look goofy at all. He looks intimidating when he has the mask on, and I just really want to see more of him in the future. This episode was really Baron Zemo heavy, and it was really cool to see him, Bucky, and Falcon team up with each other, so it became like an odd trio between them, and their dynamic between each other is pretty cool. I really enjoyed the actor that portrays Baron Zemo, Daniel Bruhill. I'm so sorry, I'm probably mispronouncing that actor's last name, but Daniel Bruhill is really good. I've always loved him as Baron Zemo, even back in Civil War. When I first saw Civil War, it was funny because I didn't know that was that villain. Ever since I was younger, I think I don't want to pull out my Marvel card collection. I have a Marvel card collection that my dad and I built together, and Baron Zemo was one of the characters in those cards. So those cards made me recognize a lot of Marvel characters when I either read the comics or saw some of the movies or some of the animated TV shows. I recognized some of the villains and characters, but when it came to Civil War, I didn't recognize that was Baron Zemo at first, and until like towards the end of course, by the end of the movie, I'm like, oh, that's supposed to be the dude with the purple. Oh, okay, I see. But since they never showed the purple mask or him in full getup in Civil War, it didn't really click with me right away, when I saw it. So I thought, like, there really is no villain in this. And if it is, it's just that random dude that's pissed off about his dead family. Who's that dude, And I'm like, I think I heard the name Zemo. And then I'm like, oh, Zemo. I'm like, that sounds familiar. And then I started, like, piecing it together. And so it's cool to see them bring out the full costume in Falcon and Winter Soldier. So I would have loved to seen it in Civil War, but it's beautiful to see it here in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Oh, and I also liked how they brought in Sharon Carter as well. I think her name was like Agent 13 or something like that in the comics, and they also referenced her. They also referenced that by calling her that at some point in the Captain America movies, Agent 13, I think it was. I'm not too sure, but I like how they brought her back as well. She was in the trailers. I know a lot of people. I know it's not a huge surprise that she came back, but it's still a nice welcome because she kicked ass in this episode, man. She really kicked a lot of ass. Like, honestly, she looked like she could hold herself better than Sam and Bucky. I mean, honestly, they really gave her what a lot of male superheroes have, is that, oh, I'm one against an army. That whole fight of like, oh, I'm taking on all these guys. Batman had it, Spider-Man had it, Captain America had it, Iron Man, all of them had it, So to give it to her, finally, like, that was pretty cool and pretty refreshing to see. Like, even someone without powers, Sharon Carter is just an agent. Yeah, she knows how to fight and everything, but she does not have any powers. So it was really cool to see, like a down and dirty, gritty fight, hand-to-hand combat, which I'm expecting more of in the Black Widow film. So that's why I'm excited for that. But yes, it was pretty cool to see Sharon Carter come in, and I hope she returns for future episodes. I hope she is. I'm pretty sure she is, because it kind of seemed like, oh, I'm kind of going away and she didn't follow them, that she's going to go on her own path. But I'm pretty sure she's going to come back in throughout the season. If she doesn't, I'm going to be very surprised, because that'd be pretty crazy. But I doubt it. She'll be coming back. It's interesting how they put U.S. agent to the side for a bit. They're like, okay, last episode was about you. Now you're going to get pushed to the side a bit, and we're going to focus on other things. So I like how they're pick and choosing which direction the storytelling is going to go in, and which perspective we're gonna follow next. And it's pretty cool. I really like how they dedicated an episode to him, and I hope we get more episodes that kind of follow his perspective, U.S. agent, because he's an interesting character, and I want to see what else they got in store for him. So with that being said, any negatives? I think one negative is the fact that, okay, I get it. It's a comic book film. It's an action film. You got to suspend your disbelief when going into it. There's not going to be grounded reality in these films. But I just can't get over the fact. I can't wrap my head around the fact that there's a part in this episode where Bucky, Falcon, and Sharon Carter, they're in that whole lot with all the freight cars in them, and they open up the back and see a secret lab underneath that were studying. They were researching the super soldier serum. Like, they were trying to reproduce it down there and shit. And so that was one of the labs that they were trying to reproduce it at. And they go down there, and then of course not give any spoilers away, but I'm going to give them away anyway. That thing blows up. But I thought they should have died. Because you don't see them get out of it in time. The thing, you see them notice, like, oh my god, it's going to blow up. And then they all run. But you don't see them get out of it. You just see it blow up. It cuts to a wide of it blowing up. And then it goes into them coming out of the explosion. Like, I get that they're superheroes. And I get, Bucky's a super soldier, Falcon, I don't think he's a super soldier. I don't remember him being shot up, but I could be wrong. But I don't remember him being a super soldier. And along with Sharon Carter, she don't got any abilities either. So how are they surviving an explosion that big and just coming out of it like, oh, okay, come on, let's go, guys. It's it's like, they should be dead. Like, what? Like, I get it. They're the main characters. They can't die. It's a superhero show. But come on, man. You got to at least show them, like get out of there and then blow it up. Like, they were fast enough to get out, and then boom, or at least show them trying to get out, and then they're like, oh, we're here, and then it blows up, and then the explosion pushes them. None of that happens. It blows up, and then they come out of it like scot-free. Like, don't even have any cuts or bruises or anything out of them. They look beautiful. They still look like they're in makeup and stuff. So it's that one part was like, oh, come on, you could have put them a little bit in danger. You could have hurt the characters a little bit. It's episode 3. Come on, let's get some injured people in here. But they got out scot-free, and I was like, okay, I guess we just have to go along with it, because they're the heroes and whatever, So with that being said, I think the Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 3 is pretty good. It's really good. Yeah, it's longer. It's more entertaining. It got more fight scenes, and it got Baron Zemo, really cool character. However, it just doesn't feel like it catapulted that further from the first 2 episodes. And that whole thing about them leaving the explosion without a scratch just didn't really sit well with me. I mean, I get it, but I mean, come on, you gotta at least hurt them. That was the whole thing about Star Wars, the new trilogy. Rey never got hurt. So to see them kind of come out of an explosion and be like, all right, let's just keep going. You could have done better. But anyway, with that being said, my rating for the episode, 8 out of 10. It remains an 8 out of 10. I mean, it's static. It's not getting any worse, which is really good. And it would have been interesting for me to do this with WandaVision now that I'm doing each episode individually. I want to see what each episode of WandaVision would be individually. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick and focus with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But yes, that is it for today. Thank you so much if you made it to the end of this video. Like, share, subscribe. And I hope you're all well out there. If you are watching the Falcon and Winter Soldier, let me know what you think about it down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let's have a chat. But yes, again, that is it for today. Hope you're all well out there. Take care.